Cashless welfare card is set to roll out across the country following its successful trial.
Well, successful according to whom? There seems to be a lot of anecdotal evidence floating around, rather than actual empirical data.
Tonight we tell you which suburbs are next and the government's plans to put every centrelink recipient on it.
This is the most bureaucratic, heavy-handed approach to welfare we've ever seen.
This is for carers, people with disabilities. This is for everybody that receives a welfare payment from the government. It's compulsory. They don't have a choice.
These people do not deserve to have their money taken away.
If you receive a welfare benefit, watch out. The government could soon be telling you how you can and can't spend your money.
No, it's not fair at all. I think it's downright fascist. That's what the Anzacs fought against, isn't it?
It's called the Healthy Welfare Card, and there's a new push to force everyone who receives a government benefit onto it.
I think every Australian should be very worried about this proposal.
This is Ceduna, northwest of Adelaide. For the past year, the controversial card has been trialled here. Everyone who receives welfare has to use it. It works like a regular bank debit card.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there. That is not true. Apart from the obvious that you can't use it to pay for cigarettes, alcohol and gambling, you only can use it at merchants who accept the card, and you can't use it for anything that converts to cash. So you can't use it to pay off your credit card, and you can't use it to pay off your mortgage, because on those accounts you can have a redraw or you can get a cash advance.
Make no mistake, if the federal government gets its way, anyone who receives a Centrelink benefit will be put onto one of the cards. And tonight we're going to tell you which suburbs in which states are going to be targeted first. At the top of the list in New South Wales is Bankstown.
I don't think it's the right thing for the government to go and put a welfare card, a one-size-fits-all card, on everybody in the country that's on welfare.
Bankstown has a high migrant population and many are on welfare. But former Mayor Carl Asfor says that doesn't mean they all struggle with addiction and they don't deserve to have their money managed.
Certainly, if you have a drug problem or a drinking problem or a gambling problem, then yeah, this might work for you and your family. But for everybody else, and that's the majority of people, this certainly is not going to work, and it's only going to hurt vulnerable families in communities such as Bankstown.
In Queensland, Logan, south of Brisbane, is also on the hit list. A similar card was previously trialled here. It was called the Basics card.
There is a massive difference between voluntarily going onto a system and then being told that this is what's happening to your money and you have no say.
Neola Naorkis from the Anti-Poverty Network South Australia believes the card discriminates based on where people live.
If you went up to any person in the street and said, we're going to take 80% of your money, you don't get to spend that how you like, we're taking it away because you live in a certain suburb. Taking away the control of someone's money does not stop gambling or drug addiction or domestic violence.
In the Eora state of South Australia, the new Healthy Welfare Card could be rolled out in Elizabeth, north of Adelaide. In Victoria, one of the first towns that will be put on the new card is Shepparton, and people aren't happy.
I think it's too restrictive.
That's a human right. That's self-choice.
It's unfair.
In Western Australia, the city of Perth will be targeted, where the Basics card was also previously trialled.
The government should really focus on making sure that people get off welfare by providing jobs, by providing educational opportunities. That's how you get people off welfare.
It's extremely ignorant to think that you can just apply one solution to so many different things.
I'm 51 years old. I haven't been told what to do for over 30 years, you know. I'm not a little child. You can look at my finances. You can see I'm responsible. You can go down to the police station and ask to see my police record and you'll find I haven't got one.
We budget down to the very last cent to be able to afford what we need to afford. And we can't do that. We can't go to buy and sell pages. We can't go to eBay.
Every time there's a punitive measure, it always has to be trialled out on Aboriginal Aboriginal communities.
People who for years have been on something like a disability support pension, manage their money, manage their lives, have everything organised, suddenly have to go and sort of not be able to pay things in the same way that they've always done.
The government is expected to make an announcement on the future of the healthy welfare card in the coming weeks.